Y'all ain't gonna believe what I got today. That's right, it's new bike day. Let's see what's in this thing. This is the new Ibis Ripley Carbon, a 130 rear, 140 front, short travel trail bike. This one is the GX build with Fox factory suspension and code RSC brakes. This bike is available in a couple different build specs and price points, and we'll go over some of that later. At first glance, this frame has some really nice features too. In-frame storage, which seems to be all the rage lately. Tube-in-tube cable routing for easy cable changes. Even a nice little loam shelf to cover the gap between the front and rear triangles. The geo chart on this bike looks really good for a short travel trail bike too. My size extra medium has a reach of 483 with a stack of 629. A nice head tube angle of 64.9 and a matching seat tube angle of 76.9. All with short 437 chain stays, leaving us with a wheelbase of 1241 millimeters. I chose a size extra medium. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. What's that, right? It's just what it sounds like. Right between a medium and a large. The reach is exactly what I prefer, and it fits me great. My only concern is, can it handle a heavier rider? At 240 pounds, I'm known for being hard on my equipment, and will this hold up fine for my normal trail riding? Heck, can I ride park with it? We're gonna find out, but one thing that gives me some confidence is this frame is identical to its bigger sister, the Rip Mo. Matter of fact, with a simple clevis change and some different suspension parts, you can transform this back and forth between one or the other. This was sent to me by my friends at N+1 Bikes. They've been great to work with, and I highly recommend them. And they'll give you 11% off using my code Shane11 on parts. Or if you buy a Ripley from them and tell them I sent you, you'll get a $300 gift card to use on your next purchase. Or if you go with a more affordable aluminum version, you'll get a $100 gift card and some swag. They carry a whole bunch of brands too, and they can even customize your build to make your dream bike. After building the Ripley up and taking some sweet pictures, it was time to ride it. Let's see if this bike will wheelie. Oh, that's awesome. Well, not too terrible for the first wheelie. Everybody knows I'm real finicky about my bike stuff, like suspension setup and how my controls are laid out. I stress over it. So the first ride was all about getting to know the bike, but I wanted to ride it as it came. 800 millimeter wide bars and all. This bike's good, man. First ride, seat's too low. If you don't know, I'm very weirdly shaped, built. I have to run a really high seat height to be able to pedal proper. And this 185 dropper, the bike didn't have enough cable housing for me to pull this 185 dropper high enough. So we'll either get a dropper or run a new cable in the meantime. Get it up. And I'm gonna swap the bars. I don't think there's anything wrong with them other than they're 800 mil. And I just don't think I should cut the bars on a bike that was sent to me to demo. So we'll swap bars, I got plenty. And give this thing a proper test. But for the first ride, feels good. Feels really good. It feels very solid, man. First, I want to talk about climbing. This is a short travel DW Link bike. It climbs exactly like you think, amazingly, with a really supportive pedal platform, but plenty of traction when it gets chunky or technical. Okay, enough of that silly talk. Let's talk about the fun stuff and the part I'm most concerned with. descending. After the first ride, I fixed the bars, which was super easy on these Blackbird bars. Once you take the grips off, they have thread on bar ends that you can either cut down to size or just take them off. With a full bar end, the bars are 800 millimeters wide, and without them, the bars are 750, which is what I prefer. Straight away, I could tell the little bike was fast. It generates speed from the ground very well. Every push or pump results in a noticeable increase in speed. I incrementally increased the pace as I gained trust in the bike, and it didn't take long for me to feel at home and up to pace. At least on my normal XC trails that I ride in the mornings before work, I felt like I settled into the bike very quick, and it didn't take just a little bit before I was riding the faster trails that I prefer. I did, however, avoid the faster chunk trails because of the XO casing tires, but we'll talk more about that later. I used the setup guide on the Ibis website, and other than the ridiculously slow rebound settings, I ran it mostly as they recommended. Since I was feeling good on the bike, I decided, why not? Let's take it to my local bike park, Jared's Place, and see what it could do. That's right, Jared's Place Bike Park. I brought this little short travel bike to the bike park. We're gonna see how much we can ride it on, and I guarantee you it's gonna be a blast. I started on some super fun green flow trails. First lap at Jared's on the little bike. Ooh. It definitely has less suspension, but it feels good. I am worried about the XO casing tires. My big bike that I ride here, of course, has DH on it. And I'm kind of hard on wheels and tires anyway, so we'll see how far we get. I'm starting on a green flow trail. Feel her out. Very responsive, which makes sense. Little short travel, very snappy. Oh, a little deep. Wow. Okay. Whoa. It rolls fast. I'm sure it's the combination of the lighter tires and the shorter travel. But carrying speed is not a problem. I'll tell you, the bike's fine. I'm not sure I like these trail pedals at the bike park. When I'm pedaling around my local park, I don't notice my feet sliding so much in the clips. But I have here. 2 or 3 times and I'm on lap 2. So, I don't know. I'll tell you the other thing I'm noticing. These code brakes. Nope, we're gonna skip on that one. And there's an option down here with whoops. We're gonna skip on that one too. Whoa, Shane. Right here. You can go straight through some whoops. I'll do that. And with a little noodly fork, we're gonna skip the whoops. Other than that, it all felt great. Then I decided to take it on a ridiculously fun double blue flow trail called Double Wide. Here's where I started to find the limits of the bike for me at my weight. Not only were the light exo casing tires just tested to the max in the corners, I noticed in certain situations I could feel the little Fox 34 fork flex in a bad way. Anytime I pushed into the corner hard with the bike leaned over or landed harshly on any type of off-camber ground, this would happen. The fork would load up and then release the other way. And to be honest, it's kind of what I expected. Now all that's to say, I'm riding this bike outside its intended use purpose at a heavier than average weight. It's fair to say I'm not the average demographic any bike brand has in mind when developing a new bike.
Something made my mind up. I will spend these days as an island, alone and far away. Lock me up in the maze. Turn out the lights. I was born, I was raised for this. Turn out the lights. Lock me up beside.
2 other things of note for me. The SRAM code brakes, they never gave me any issue, and they were what I was most concerned about. The second thing is the dropper post. It's a nice bike yoke dropper. It works great, and I can really feel the saddle up between my legs. That's just a preference thing for me, and probably won't be much of an issue for the average buyer. He's coming. Who is this bike for? Honestly, most anyone. I wouldn't recommend it for a straight up park bike, but I proved you can do those things and it was fast and fun. But if you're looking for a solid trail bike that you can beat on, this is the bike for you. One thing I learned, this little bike was more fun than the slightly larger trail bike I normally ride on my local trails. A ton more fun. Not to mention it pedals and climbs better. I kind of have a theory that I think most of us, myself included, are riding bigger travel bikes than we really need. And if you actually get the correct travel bike for your most needs, it's actually more fun. Now, to answer the question, is this enough bike for me? Yeah, I think so. But the long answer is, I think with a few changes, a few parts changes, I could ride this bike nearly everywhere daily. I tell you what, check back for a follow-up video. I think I'm gonna use that Shane 11 discount code, order a few parts to make this bike my own, and see how she goes. And maybe I'll see you there. Did not think that through.
Old guy, he can jump for an old guy, I tell you what. Sure can. How you turn this thing off?